Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Jenny from the Philippines and my fiancé is Buddy from the USA and you're now watching the Team Taylor channel. So, hey guys, are you familiar with this? With this? With this? And with this? So, I got approved on my interview for the visa yesterday, June 6, 2019 at the US Embassy in Manila, Philippines. But before anything else, what do you call this? We already have a new IG account. So, this is some sort of a joint account of Buddy and I so that you can be able to see our future pictures together. Sorry guys, I'm just so happy. That's why I'm reacting like this. If you feel like I'm annoying, well, let me say sorry in advance. But still, thank you very much for watching this. And then, I'm gonna also be telling you my future YouTube contents. So, after this vlog, we will be having weekly vlogs. And then, after this interview experience vlog, I will be having my CFO seminar experience. And then, after that, going to the Mall of Asia to pick up my yellow packet and my visa. And then, a week after that will be how to open and get the passport inside the yellow packet, inside the plastic, where the yellow packet is. And then afterwards, I will be vlogging about what am I gonna do, or the last some sort of last things to do that I'm gonna be doing before leaving the Philippines. And then afterwards, what am I gonna be missing here in the Philippines. And then a week after that, I'm gonna be showing you my luggage while I'm backpacking going to the USA. My flight will be on July 26, 2019. And then after that backpacking and showing you my luggage and what am I gonna bring, I will be vlogging about my trip to the USA or moving to the USA vlog and my K1 visa port of entry experience. So that moving to the USA vlog is not this kind of storytelling vlog, but I will be vlogging once I'm in the airport, once I'm in the plane, and then once I landed to LAX for my layover, and then afterwards heading towards Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky International Airport and doing the vlogs there, and then meeting Buddy and his family, so that it will not be boring for you guys, and at the same time you can be able to be with me in my journey going to the USA to be with my forever bee. Yee! I'm just so happy at this moment. I'm really sorry guys if you find me to be so annoying. But anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna be telling you my K1 visa interview experience yesterday, or it was on June 6, 2019. So here it goes. I reached the US Embassy in Manila at around 6:30 a.m. So there were lines outside the US Embassy. So the left line is for the immigrant and K1 visa, and on the right line is for the tourist and other visas. So I was ordered by the guard to fall in line on the left portion where the K1 visas are falling in line, where applicants for the K1 visa are lining up. And so regardless of the time, and so it's already 7:30 p.m. 7:30 a.m. that we were allowed to get inside the US Embassy. So guys, this is regardless of the time of your interview schedule, as long as you're an applicant for the K1 visa. So the guard will let you in. So like that. So it goes like that. And on the second line, you will be asked to present your DS-160 form and then your passport. And then the US Embassy staff will be going to put your passport inside the Ziploc. And then the DS-160 form, they will be putting a barcode with your name and with your Manila case number below the barcode. And then they will scan it, and that's it. You have to go inside the US Embassy. And the other portion is that there is a room for the bags inspection. So the inspection So that room looks like how the inspection goes in the airport. So there are x-ray scanners, and you will be putting your belongings or your bags on a tray, and then you will let it in the x-ray scanners, and then afterwards there are guards who will scan you, something like that, and then afterwards you have to proceed to the other room. So that leads you to another inspection again by the guard, and then you can be able to see in that room the pre-screening windows. So that's the first stage. You have to go to that pre-screening windows. So in the pre-screening windows, there will be Filipino consular officers who will be asking you of your name, of your birthday, of your address, who is your petitioner, and you have to bring a 2x2 US visa photo. One 2x2 US visa photo, they will be asking you for that. And then after that one, you have to go to the opposite side for the finger scanning. So you have to put your first is the 4 fingers on the left on the finger scanning machine, and then afterwards your right 4 fingers, and then afterwards the thumbs up, and that's it. You're good to go for the interview. And on the interview, guys, you have to sit. There are seats which are considered as the lines for the interview. So instead of standing up and falling in line, the U.S. Embassy has provided some seats while waiting for your turn until such time that you're gonna be able to reach in the front row of the seats, and you will be called to stand up and line in front of the windows where the interviews are to be conducted. So, yesterday, there were only 5 windows that are open for the interview. So, the windows number 59, 60, 62, 63, and 64. So, among that windows, as I was waiting for my turn, I noticed that the consular officer in window 64 asked so many questions, and usually, the one being interviewed is like standing in front of her and being interviewed for like 20 minutes or so, because she is asking plenty of questions. And maybe it's also because of the situation of the Filipina fiancé and the American fiancé. So maybe if the fiancé is divorced or committed some crimes, so the consular officer asks questions about those. So maybe that's why their interview has taken a little longer. And I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I don't want to be interviewed on Windows 64 because maybe I will be questioned so much, and you know, I'm really nervous. It was during that time when I was seated while waiting for my turn that I felt so nervous, because the night before the interview, I didn't feel nervousness. Only a little, but not too nervous. Unlike when I was inside the U.S. Embassy, because I felt like this is it. This is the moment that I and my fiancé have been waiting for. And I'm praying that, Lord, please help me, please guide me, that everything will be okay. So that's it. So when it was my turn, there are 5 windows. We are standing before that 5 windows, in front of that 5 windows for the interview. And all of the interview windows, there were people being interviewed. And so I was the next in line for the interview. And if one window becomes vacant, since the other interviewee is finished, so I have to proceed to that window. And I told you that I am praying that I don't wanna be interviewed in Windows 64, right? So among the interviewees, the interviewee in Windows 64 got finished the first among the 4 interviewees, among the 4 applicants. So the Filipina staff of the embassy called me like, "Miss, please proceed to Windows 64." And I was like, while walking, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be interviewed here. So I'm expecting that it will be like more than 10 minutes, something like that. And so I was really nervous. And then this is how the interview started. Oh wait, by the way, with the Filipino consul, the documents that he asked me to give to him were the following: the NBI Clearance, birth certificate, CENOMAR, and the Affidavit of Support. That's all. He didn't ask me for the W-2 form, for the tax return form 1040, and the Paystubs. So those were only the documents that I submitted to the Filipino consul. So let's go back to the final interview with the American consul. What's this? She's a woman. She wears eyeglasses and her hair is curly. And I'm kinda afraid, but you know, I told what body told me. I told what's this? I thought I am thinking of what body is telling me that you should be confident because you know everything about us and the relationship is genuine, so I don't need to worry. So that's what I'm also thinking. So guys, if you find wait a minute again. So if you find my English speaking skills to be not good enough, well, I want to apologize in advance because I'm gonna be vlogging I'm vlogging in English right now so that the other subscribers who are requesting for me to vlog in English could be able to understand this interview experience of mine. So let's go back again to the interview with the American consul. So she said, "Are you Joan?" Because my name in real life is Joan Genevieve, and my nickname here in Jeannie is Jeannie because the shorter name of Genevieve, or the nickname for Genevieve, is Jeannie. So that's what I'm using here on YouTube. So let's go back. So the consular officer said, "Are you Joan?" And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Raise your right hand, and do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on this interview?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Good. So place your 4 left fingers on the finger scanner." And then she's looking at the computer and she said, "Oh, that's okay." And she asked questions. So, what's the name of your petitioner? What does he do for a living? In what state does he live? And then she asked about the relationship. How did you meet in person? And when did you meet each other in person? Like, how many times did he visit you here in the Philippines? And then after that, she said, do you have your chat logs and pictures with you? And then I said, "Yes, ma'am." And then she said, "I want to take a look on those." And so I have given her the clear book that I have shown you guys before. It was the one is for the LDR photo album, and the other one is the proof of relationship where the chats are inside those clear book. So she read those chats, and then she had also looked at the pictures, and then she said, "Oh yeah, okay, this is good." And then she returned it back to me, and then afterwards she asked, "What do you do for a living? What's your work?" And then I said, "I'm currently working at the Court of Appeals." And she said, "Oh wow." So I was surprised because she was like, "Oh wow," with regard to my work. So I felt like relieved a little, and my nervousness, went a little, what do you call this? I became lesser nervous because she was like, "Oh wow, you're working at the Court of Appeals." And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah. And then she said, "Okay." And then she looked again on the computer, and then she asked, "What do you have in common with Steely Bud?" And then I told her that we are both cat lovers, nature lovers, and apart from that, with respect to the character traits, our respect for our parents is important to us. And then most of all, our faith in God is also the most important. Let me rephrase. I told the consular officer that we are both cat lovers, nature lovers, and we want to sing in videoke. Videoke. And then with respect to the characteristics, we see to it that respect for our parents is important, and most of all, having faith in God is the most important aspect that you should focus on, because having faith in God what's this, when you have faith in God in the center of your relationship, it makes all things work. So something like that. So in God, all things are possible. It's like your relationship will be strong enough if you have God in the center of your lives. So that's it. And she said, oh, okay. And then, that's good. And then afterwards, she checked again on the computer, maybe for like 2 minutes. So maybe she was looking for the criminal records, if we do have criminal records, something like that. And she was taking a closer look on my birth certificate, on my certificate of no marriage, and on my NBI clearance. So by the way, NBI clearance is NBI, or the National Bureau of Investigation here in the Philippines, is somehow similar, or is the counterpart of the Federal Bureau of Investigation in the USA. So with regard to the NBI clearance, it is indicated there if you have criminal records on file here in the Philippines or not. So if you have none, then what is written there is that there is no record on file. So that's it. And then after checking, she said, for like after 1 minute of checking into the computer, 1 to 2 minutes, she said, so, okay, I find your papers to be good enough. I'm gonna approve your visa. So, she gave me these pamphlets, which stated about the rights of an immigrant, especially with respect to domestic violence. So, just call 911 if you've got problems, and hopefully not. And then, she said, expect your visa to be within 2 to 3 weeks, to be delivered to you or for you to pick it up, and to register on the number, what's this, on the US Embassy customer service numbers, if you're gonna be able to let your visa be delivered to you, so that they can validate your delivery address. And then that's it. She said, congratulations, your visa is approved. Welcome to the United States of America. And then during that time, I can't help myself, but I became literally teary-eyed. And the first thing that I did after the interview was to go to the toilet to wipe away my tears. It is, it's a happy memory. It's like a happy experience. But for me, it's only a little bittersweet, in the sense that I'm gonna be missing my family here in the Philippines. But most of all, the happiest part is that I will be starting another chapter of my life with Buddy. And this is not yet the end of me here in the Philippines, because we will be going back and forth soon to visit my family and relatives. So that's what makes my feeling, a little bit like, yeah, it's okay, you're gonna be missing them for a while, but obviously or definitely you will be coming back soon and visit them once again. And besides, there are video calls right now. You can do video calls, messenger chat, so you can still communicate with your family even if you're far away from them. So I'm very happy. So when I went out of the embassy, my mom was there. She accompanied me, and she just waited outside the embassy. And I was like smiling until my lips could reach my ears, because I'm very, very happy during that time. And what I did next was to text my fiance about it. And yeah, obviously he's also very happy, despite the entire visa process that we have done through. So next week will be my CFO seminar experience. And you should not take CFO seminar just a joke, because if the CFO or the Commission on Filipinos Overseas will not issue you a certificate or a sticker or a CFO sticker, then you cannot be able to travel to the US using the K1 visa, because the immigration will hold you and will not allow you to travel. So please be serious about your CFO seminar. So next week, I will be vlogging about my CFO seminar experience. So maybe I'll be uploading it here by Saturday, since it will be on a Friday. And that's it. And we will be having weekly vlogs from starting from next week. So that's it. So I do hope that you will be able to learn from my interview experience, like what are the questions, and the questions are really easy, especially if the relationship is genuine. So don't worry, guys. And if your fiance have criminal cases or court cases, better be prepared for those upcoming questions with regard to that. So study and read the court decisions with regard to the criminal cases of your fiancé or the divorce, like what happened to their divorce, who was the ex-wife, because that were the questions that I heard from the others who were being interviewed before me. So that's all. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you for all those who have supported us in our entire LDR journey. And yeah, I hope that every one of you, each and every one of you who are filing and undergoing the K1 visa process will get approved soon. So your day will also come that you will be also approved with your visa. So that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Bye for now.